Well, one like side recommendation I have is like, don't worry about like squirreling money away for retirement in like 10 or 20 years. It won't matter.
No.
Okay.
Either we're not going to be here, or
it just like it's you won't need to save for retirement. If any of the things that we've said are true, saving for retirement will be irrelevant.
the services will be there to support you. You'll have the home, you'll have the healthcare, you'll have the entertainment.
I cannot stress enough how I utterly despise Elon Musk. And this is maybe the third clip we're gonna be doing on that particular lie that he's telling right there, which is forget about everything. Don't worry about anything. Don't worry about your future. Don't worry about your finances. Just lay down and take it, everybody, because someday everything's gonna be great. The system that has never given you a dollar or an inch at some point in the future without you needing to do anything, without a change in leadership, without a change in laws, without a change in regulation, all of a sudden it's gonna become so charitable, dudes. You don't have to worry about it. Just let Elon Musk get $200 billion and then $500 billion and now indeed $750 billion and soon $1 trillion. And all that's happening, and someday you're gonna have free health insurance and you're gonna have a free house and free education and free food, and you won't have to worry about any of that stuff. Please don't worry about that stuff, and definitely don't get involved. Don't vote, don't talk, don't pay attention to what the man behind the curtain is doing. And this is a lie that he's been telling for some time because he wants everyone to just let him and the 3 or 4 other people in charge of all this AI BS get away with all of what they're doing. And we've been paying attention. I know that annoys him. We've been paying attention for a few years. We know what AI is actually doing. We know what it is capable of, which is very little, and we know what it costs, which is a ton and growing. And so he wants you to be lulled into the sense of, oh, there's an inevitable utopia coming. I just want to remind everyone, he got into the government, and was he feeling charitable then? He was cutting things left and right. We don't have money for anything that benefits the world, benefits American citizens. He's cutting healthcare, he's cutting food stamps and all that. And he's the guy that wants you to believe that all of a sudden, the rich are suddenly gonna shower you with every possible luxury. Please tell me you are not gonna gamble your future on that. But the dark truth is that some will. There are still, regrettably, despite all of my best efforts for several years now, there are people who admire and look up to Elon Musk. I feel terrible for them, but that's what they do. And some of them will see that and think, oh, yeah, it's cool. I don't have to save. I don't have to do anything. We certainly don't have to change anything economically, because Elon Musk, if everything that we say is true, we'll all of a sudden have a great retirement. Of course, this is the guy that said, the Tesla Cybertruck is going to cost $40,000, and your Tesla Roadster was going to be out 6 years ago, and they'll all have self-driving and all of that, and you'll be able to drive your Cybertruck across a lake. And the guy who's maybe second only to Donald Trump in the number of verified lies he's told you, if everything he says is true, then you should be just fine. In any event, he goes on to say, and I'm just gonna read these graphics, you don't have to see his stupid goddamn face for even another second. He says, the good future is anyone can have whatever stuff they want. That would mean better medical care than anyone has today, available for everyone within 5 years, by the way. No scarcity of goods and services. You can learn anything you want about anything for free, or at least you can try, of course. We already have the internet. You theoretically can learn a whole lot, but thanks to people like Elon Musk, much of what you're gonna encounter is lies and slop and deep fakes, often for partisan gain, for racial gain, to drive people apart. You can try to do that stuff. He'll make it as hard as possible. And my God, the idea that we're gonna have better medical care than anyone has today, that is in 5 years. But I bet he's gonna have egg on his face in 5 years when we don't get there. No, he's gonna be perfectly fine, because at that point he's gonna have $2 trillion and he's not gonna have to answer to literally anybody. As I alluded to earlier, he is actually supposedly worth $700 billion. And I think that makes a lot of sense after all. I mean, he's doubled his net worth in the last 2.5 years. And in that time, like almost nobody likes Teslas anymore. They sell less cars than they did. And Grok produces child sexual abuse material. So why wouldn't he have doubled his net worth? And we're all on Mars. I'm on Mars right now. You're probably watching this from Mars, right? So yeah, he should definitely be worth $700 billion. In any event, his trying to talk up the future and all that gets even more ridiculous, as you'll see in this clip.
We want to make Star Trek real. Okay? We want to make Starfleet Academy real. So that it's not always science fiction, but one day the science fiction turns to science fact. And we have spaceships going through space, big spaceships, with people going to other planets, going to the moon, and ultimately going beyond our star system to other star systems where we may meet aliens. On that note, I'd like to introduce the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth.
Thank you, Elon. Thank you very much. How about this? Star Trek real.
Yeah, you remember that part of Star Trek where they introduced the former alcoholic blowing up fisherman for fun? That was a rough episode. Hey, how about this? It's the thing they do from the show I watched but didn't understand. None of them do. By the way, Elon Musk, I could point out how, obviously in Star Trek, people do not pursue wealth. They pursue understanding, achievement, shared goals, those sorts of things. I'm not even gonna waste the time fact checking all that. He will literally never understand that. But can we just point out, my God, is he boring the way he's trying to present this idea in the slowest, most stumbling and awkward way possible. And by the way, he thinks that he's nailing this. We wanna have a future where spaceships go to space. He is supposed to be a genius. I've heard Stephen Hawking talk. I've tried to read some of his books and I can't get more than a few pages in. You know why? Because Stephen Hawking is actually a genius. There are other people, great minds, that I can't really follow what they're saying. Let me ask you a serious question. Has Elon Musk ever said anything that you're like, oh yeah, no, he actually is really smart? And I, a mere mortal, can't possibly follow that chain of thought. Never. He has never said anything as cogent or coherent as the things you'll hear random people at a bar talking about. And yet he should be in charge of not only the government's budget and that sort of thing, but which politicians have enough money to actually get in office, all of that. Please tell me, even if at this late date, that you do not actually look up to or worship this man.
With the cost of everything going up, here at TYT, we're always trying to help you guys out and save you some money. Your cell phone bill is the last place you should be getting ripped off. But if you're with Verizon or AT&T, chances are you're way overpaying for the plan you're on. That's why TYT is teaming up with Noble Mobile, the only cell phone plan that pays you to use your phone less. With their Noble plan, get unlimited data for only $50 a month. But the real game changer is the cash back you get for your unused data. The less data you use, the more cash back you get. It's a win-win. Stop letting big wireless rip you off. Choose a company that aligns with your values and isn't trying to milk you for every last cent. And by switching to Noble, you're directly supporting TYT in our mission of bringing you honest, independent news. So give Noble a try and make the switch today. Scan the QR code on the screen now or visit go.tyt.com/plan. That's go.tyt.com/plan.
If you enjoyed that, then make sure that you never miss another video by subscribing. And if you want a little more, consider hitting the join button and becoming a member. So you're probably wondering, why would I do that? Well, when you do that, you get access to bonus content that I make every single week, and it's a lot of fun. You get custom emojis and more. If you join at tier 3, by the way, you even get access to a monthly member hangout with myself. And you'll get all that going forward, but you'll also unlock years of the back catalog that is literally 100 or more bonus clips and top 10 lists and debates and more. So what are you waiting for?